Traders, FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, March 13th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a couple of the JPY pairs. So the dollar index did end up continuing up. Yesterday I was talking about how this move down really does not look like the end of a pullback because of what definitely did not maintain impulsive movement. So anyways, I personally think that this is actually stretching out. I think on the weekly time frame, this right here is the low. I think that this is actually a wave one on the weekly time frame of a new five-wave impulsive move that's going to form on the weekly. So what I think we have here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. Most wave ones do take out the structure of the previous move, so I think this is going to go up and take out the high of wave B. Then we're probably going to make a bigger pullback for the wave two, probably eventually take out this low right here, and then we're eventually probably going to go up and make a big old giant wave three on the weekly time frame, which should be a very big and very strong move to the upside. So if that's true, that means we probably do have a little bit more upside potential on the daily, probably grab these highs, and then possibly we're going to make a big pullback that would likely last quite some time, maybe a month or so for a wave two, and eventually go back up for a big old giant wave three. Definitely seems like the most likely analysis to me, especially looking at the weekly time frame and up. So, anyways, we need to take that information. I don't really think there's much of a point in going to a sort of time phase, but on the 1 hour time frame, as long as it doesn't break this structure right here, we are definitely still in an uptrend on the US dollar index. Anything you see to the downside, as long as it doesn't take out this low, is possibly just a pullback within an uptrend. So, anyways, going to the euro dollar back up to the daily time frame. So, if that's true, that means that this whole push down, I think, is possibly a wave one. Now, eventually, it is going to end the wave one, just like the dollar index, and probably make a very large pullback for a wave two. I think this is a one, two, three. This is probably a wave four, and we're probably already in a wave five. Maybe it'll push down a little bit more to like the 78% Fibonacci extension before it actually finishes. I don't think this is something that's going to finish today and start a move up today, but possibly next week during the interest rate news or something like that. I think there's a good chance we're going to start a big pullback for a wave two. So, anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we had a really nice push down in the Asian session. There've been a lot of Asian session moves lately, definitely. Very nice engulfing move to the downside, and I guarantee if you had your Fibonacci retracement on here, that was a perfect Fibonacci bounce. Very clean, very beautiful entry to go short right there. Now, unfortunately, for me at least, I'm definitely only looking for shorts. I still don't think this move down is complete. Now, that doesn't mean that it possibly couldn't go up. It definitely could go up. But as long as it doesn't break this high right here, anything I see to the upside is still likely just a pullback within a downtrend. Like I said, I do think there's a good chance that we're going to get a big reversal to the upside, but I don't think it's going to happen this week. I think more than likely, maybe mid next week, we possibly will get a big reversal. For now, definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend. Moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. So the pound dollar, that means that we need to have the same analysis as the dollar index. This is likely a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern, probably a wave one. Eventually, just like the other pairs, it's probably going to bounce off one of these Fibonacci extension levels and start a big old pullback for a wave two. But we definitely haven't gotten to that point yet. That's probably something that more than likely will happen mid next week. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, unfortunately, pretty much all these dollar pairs, the entry was last night in the Asian session. This was an extremely nice, clear entry on the dollar pairs. If you're not already in this trade, then the only strategy is to be patiently waiting for more pullbacks to go short again. The structure is currently way up here, so as long as it doesn't break this high right here, anything we do see to the upside is likely just a pullback within a downtrend. So unfortunately, it seems to me like we're going to have to be patiently waiting for pullback entries unless you're already short from the Asian session last night. So keeping that in mind, let's move on to the Aussie dollar back up to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I personally think that this is finishing a wave five. So if that's true, this is probably like a wave A right here. Then most wave A's do take out structure, so I think we have some more down. Then we'll probably make a wave B, and then we'll probably make a wave C. And this whole ABC pattern will probably last at least a month. Probably, according to my higher time frames, I think this is an A of Y. I think this is going to be an ABC, which is a B of Y. And probably in about a month or so, we'll start a new uptrend for a wave C of wave Y. So that's what I'm looking at for that, definitely. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm definitely only looking for shorts on this. Most wave A's do take out the low, so I would expect this to go down and take out the 100%, and we're not even to the 78% yet. So anyways, anything I see to the upside, I am very, very likely assuming that it's just a pullback within a downtrend. One thing you do know about Elliott wave is when you end the wave 5, most wave A's or wave 1s take out the low of wave 4, and that would means that we would most likely take out the 100% Fibonacci extension, or retracement that is, from the daily time frame. So unless it goes all the way up and takes out this structure right here, anything we see to the upside is likely just a pullback within a downtrend. So anyways, moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD is going up very strong. Yesterday I even mentioned that this really looks like a possible ABC right here. And this is an A, B right here, maybe a C. Now there is a possibility this is a 1, this is a 2, and a 3 on like the weekly time frame, but you would trade a wave C and a wave 3 exactly the same at this stage. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter whether it's a wave 3 or a wave C. Either scenario, I think that it will probably go up and take out these previous highs, and if it's a wave 3, it might even go up and take out this high. We can use Fibonacci retracement for areas of resistance, but even if it does find resistance, it's probably just going to cause a pullback within an uptrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure is way down here. I'm personally only looking for longs. Unfortunately, all the dollar pairs made really nice entries last night in the Asian session when people like me were sleeping because this is like 2 o'clock in the morning my time. So if you're not already in this trade, unfortunately, the only strategy in my opinion is to be waiting for another pullback in order to go long again. I definitely do not think that the trend is over on the higher time frames. Like I said, some of these Fibonacci levels could act as resistance along the way, but as of right now, we are definitely looking for longs in an uptrend. So anyways, moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back down to the daily time frame. Dollar Swiss is usually a little bit different than the other dollar pairs because it's risk on, the Swiss is a risk on, risk off currency. But as of right now, the trend is up. And if the dollar index really is what it looks like it is, which is possibly in an uptrend right now, then this most likely is going to eventually go up and take out these previous highs all the way up here also. Currently, we have a Fibonacci extension from this impulsive wave projected off the bottom of this corrective wave. These Fibonacci levels are definitely going to be the best areas of resistance along the way. So I am definitely looking at these areas for resistance along the way for possible areas where it may start a pullback. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, maybe this will give us an entry today because it is starting to go down. Our current structure is right here. As long as it doesn't go down and take out this low, I am definitely still very, very bullish. We are also not turning at a Fibonacci level, so more than likely this move down is going to be another pullback within an uptrend. So, once it starts to confirm that it is in a pullback, you can throw your Fibonacci retracement out here and you can look for long entries at the end of this pullback for the continuation of the higher daily time frame uptrend. And moving on to gold, I personally think gold has ended a wave B or possibly even a wave 3, depending on what it turns into. This is an A, this is one up, this is a running wave B. So there's your A, there's your running wave B, and then there's your C. Could possibly be a WXY, but either way, I think this is either an ABC of B or a WXY of B. That means that there's a pretty good likelihood that we are starting a downtrend on gold. I think a lot of people are very bullish gold right now just because gold normally does go up during war times, and possibly it will go up, but more than likely, I think it's going to go down for several weeks before it actually goes up, probably trapping people first. So going all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, what I would be doing right now is looking to go short here, looking to go short here. Definitely wouldn't be looking to go short here, but if it does start a decent little pullback, I would definitely be looking to go short on the pullback for the continuation of this downtrend. Excuse me. So as long as it doesn't take out this high right here, which is our current structure, anything we do see to the upside, we are definitely going to assume is nothing more than a pullback within a downtrend. So, like I said, if it does push up, then it likely will probably make a lower high. You can throw your Fibonacci retracement from here to here and look for areas of resistance on Fibonacci levels for possibly more sorting opportunities. Moving on to the US dollar yen, back up to the daily time frame. The dollar yen did hit that 100% Fibonacci extension. That definitely doesn't mean that it has to turn. It doesn't have to do anything. It could go up as long as it wants to. Definitely looks like it possibly could turn here. Many of the yen pairs do look like they have made a pretty significant turn, but until it at least makes an engulfing down or a lower high or a break of structure, we cannot rule out the possibility that this just keeps on printing bullish candles. So anyways, taking it all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure on the 1 hour is right here. We didn't quite hit the 100% Fibonacci extension, but definitely close enough for me. If it goes down and takes out this low, I will become bearish. Otherwise, anything I see down is likely a pullback within an uptrend, just like this move down was a pullback to this, and this move down was a pullback to this. Every move down will be a pullback to the previous wave until the higher time frame has completed this pattern. When the higher time frame has completed this pattern, it will go down and it will break structure. So if this 100% really is going to hold, then it will possibly go down and break structure. But like I said, we don't know that to be true. There's a possibility that this just keeps on printing bullish candles on the daily time frame and just keeps on pushing up. Moving on to the euro yen, many of the yen pairs turned pretty hard last night. This thing made a very significant lower high right here. Now there is a possibility that this is an ABC within an uptrend, but looking at the higher time frames, I really wouldn't be surprised if this is going to go down and take out the previous lows. A lot of the yen pairs look like they possibly have made a wave 5 on the weekly time frame, and if that's true, it should go down and take out previous lows and possibly keep on making lower lows, lower highs on these very high time frames like the weekly and the daily. So keeping that in mind, going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure on the 1 hour is way up here. So what we want to do is, if it engulfs, which it looks like it's trying to, the first thing I would do is I would put my Fibonacci retracement on here. Now maybe it does make a pretty significant little pullback. You know, it could go anywhere between 38 and 78% of this whole move down. So maybe if you're a short time frame trader, you could get some trades out of this. But I would definitely be very cautious with any longs because anything you see to the upside is very likely just a pullback within a downtrend. The best thing I think to do is put your Fibonacci retracement on here once you confirm that it is in a pullback, and then look for areas of resistance at Fibonacci levels to go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. And moving on to the pound yen, back up to the daily time frame. The pound yen looks like it possibly is an ABC, which is what I warned about yesterday. I said this looks like a possible three-way pullback. It engulfed down, and this definitely was a Fibonacci bounce. Now, I put my Fibonacci retracement on here because these Fib levels are definitely going to be areas of support along the way. But at this point, I think there's more than likely going to go down and take out this low. And if it really is the end of a pullback, which it looks like it is, it's probably eventually going to go down and take out this low and continue to make lower lows, lower highs on these very high time frames. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure is way up here. So that means this thing could go all the way up to 78% of that move down and then make a lower high and still end up continuing the downtrend. You know, once we confirm that a pullback has started, which you really can't do yet because we don't see a higher low and we definitely don't see an engulfing move yet. But once we confirm that a pullback has started, the first thing we do is throw our Fibonacci retracement on this move down. We look for areas of resistance at Fibonacci levels. We look for three-way pullbacks, especially ABC pullbacks, for more entries to go short. Unfortunately, today's video is a little bit sad because a lot of these entries did happen last night in the Asian session. This is was something my mentor used to say to me all the time. If you're not already short right now, then the strategy is to be patiently waiting for a pullback to go short. So right now, unfortunately, the strategy is to either already be short from the Asian session, or the strategy is to be patiently waiting. And unfortunately, patiently waiting is one of the hardest things for most retail traders to do. So, you know, especially if you're trading like the 1 hour time frame, sometimes you have to be patiently waiting for pullbacks in order to go short again for the continuation of these higher time frame trends. So anyways, if you would like to follow along with all my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord, definitely check out my website, fxpipcollector.com. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.